Your couch looks like shit. Excuse me? This white couch, it's gross. Could you not put your feet on there, please? Why? Because I'm asking you? Please? Thank you. Okay, so you know why I've invited you to this little informal meeting, right? Yeah, so we can talk about the project. What's it called again? Why stories matter in the video format. That's right. Well, do we know what the deliverable is for it yet? Yes, it's going to be a video. Why video? Well, video is by far the most consumed medium on the internet. It makes up for 71% of mobile traffic as of this year. And by 2027, it's projected to account for almost 80% of all mobile web traffic. Okay, I didn't ask for your life story, but who's the audience? Gen Z. What is that, ages 18 to 24? Correct. They consume the overwhelming majority of the video content, so we figure we'll target them. Okay. Well, where do they live? Salt Lake City, Utah. And how long does the video need to be? About 10 to 15 minutes. 10 to 15 minutes? Are you crazy? I'm sorry, that's just... You do know that the videos with the highest return on investment generally fall under 2.5 minutes, right? Right. You want to take a guess what the ROI is on those videos? I don't... Guess! 30%! There's a 30% return on investment when the video is under 2.5 minutes. Even the average short video is around 3.5 minutes. So what the are we doing making a 10 to 15 minute video for? Well, the client is requesting 10 to 15 minutes and the client. And we need to deliver on client expectations. Why? Why? Because if we don't, we're going to fail the assignment. So how much did you pay for this class? All right, fine, 10 to 15 minutes. But everybody knows that the best storytellers never tell more of a story than there is to tell. They get in, they tell the story, and they get the out. If they've got 3 minutes of story, they don't stretch it out to 10 or 15 minutes. But yeah, go ahead. Go, do the pitch. All right, so the first thing we know about good storytelling, and this extends to more than just the video format, is that it creates sticky memories by attaching emotions to things that happen. So by sticky memories, I mean that when it's done well, stories hold people's attention better. Yeah, when the stories aren't 5 hours long. No, yeah, keep going. So the reason for that stickiness is that when we hear a story that resonates with us, our levels of a hormone called oxytocin increases, and it boosts emotions like trust, compassion, and empathy. It motivates us to work with others and positively influences our social behavior. Okay. Plus, video is one of the easiest ways to reach an audience, and thanks to some of the neuroscience we were talking about earlier with oxytocin, it's also one of the most memorable. And here's a little fun fact for you. 1 minute of video equates to about 1.8 million written words. Get the out of here. How do you figure that? Well, see, if a picture is worth 1,000 words, video is 30 frames per second. So 30 times 1,000, that's 30,000, and multiply 30,000 by 60 seconds, and voila, 1.8 million words. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Well, I'm just... First of all, the whole notion of a picture being worth 1,000 words is entirely subjective. It's worth exactly 1,000 words? Really? It's not 997 words? Who came up with that number, 1,000? Second, 30 frames per second is the old TV standard. Most TV shows today don't even use that frame rate anymore because most TV shows have moved on to the movie standard of 24 frames per second. So why the aren't we making the bogus calculation from that basis? Huh? Meanwhile, Peter Jackson shot and delivered his movie The Hobbit at 48 frames per second, which means that at that frame rate, 60 seconds of his movies equals 2.88 million words. So for the entire running time of The Hobbit, at 2 hours and 49 minutes, including the credits, that's 608,400,000 words. Plus, some online media can play back footage at 60 frames per second, like YouTube supports that frame rate, which would make 1 minute of video 3.6 million words, right? Come on! Oh, and that's not even mentioning the fact that even at the low rate of 24 frames per second, if you took 2 adjacent frames and put them side by side, they basically look exactly the same. So why would you count those as 2,000 words in the first place? At best, that's like 1,200 words. Can I continue? This video is gonna be so long, dude. Okay, so not only is storytelling important for the reasons I've already mentioned, but stories are actually also good for your mental health. Research in the field of narrative psychology, narrative psychology, shows a link between narratives and well-being. They actually have the power to help us heal and grow. Okay, yeah, I can see that. When you focus all of your senses and give complete attention to stories, you become an active listener. It improves your imagination, which can help you better cope with life's stressors. What, like this one? Me being here? Yeah, you're getting it! Me. It also increases empathy and memory retention. There's that memory retention again that we mentioned earlier, remember? Yes. It increases positive emotions. It actually helps people with dementia. Oh, no way. That's right. It helps us engage with others. It helps us build from success and failure. Like when we change our personal narratives in response to those successes and failures? Exactly. Okay. Really, storytelling is a fundamental part of being a human being. We've been telling each other stories since people were sitting around in campfires. It creates a communal experience, and it also Okay, I get it. Stories are important and they're really powerful. You're not very patient. Well, you've been going on and on for like 7 hours. Anyways, so okay, great. We know that storytelling is important, but now how do we tell good stories in the video format? I'm so glad you asked. Wait, can you make that short? No, I cannot make it short. You need to be patient, and I need to meet the client's expectations for the video length of 10 to 15 minutes. Whoa. All right, dude. Chill. Okay, so for starters, you never want to overstay your welcome. The best storytellers never tell more of a story than there is to tell. They get in, they tell the story, and they get out. If they've got 3 minutes of story, they don't stretch it out to 10 or 15 minutes. But besides this basic principle of good storytelling, so basic, there are some fundamentals to good storytelling, and there's a great little acronym to remember those fundamentals by. PPP-PAD. What? PPP-PAD. It's like 4 P's and an A and a D. That's not a real thing. You made that shit up, didn't you? Yes, I did. Not gonna lie, that's f***ing stupid. You're stupid! I'm sorry. Let me just, please, let me, where was I? PPP-PAD. Right, PPP-PAD. So what they... You think that acronym's gonna stick? Probably not! But what they stand for is plot, meaning you need to know what story you want to tell, and that's also where the structure of the story exists. Purpose, like why do you want to tell this story, and what do you want your audience to do or feel afterwards? People, which means you need to identify who the main characters are and figure out how they relate to your audience. Place, this one's pretty obvious. You're just describing where your characters are when the story is happening and how that location provides a context to the story. Right. Audience, so who's gonna see that video? Maybe they're new customers, potential customers, or existing customers, or employees, or friends, or... You're out of fingers. Shut up! And then there's distribution method, because maybe it's on YouTube and maybe it's on your website or wherever it may be. Nobody's ever gonna see what we're doing here. Somebody's gonna see it! Are they? One person literally has to! Anyway, so one of the critical components of what you need to focus on is story structure. You can do a 3-act structure if the format you're delivering for gives you enough time to have 3 acts, or a 2-act structure if you're making a short form video, like 15 seconds or something. Yeah, and then there's the hero's journey, right? How do you know about the hero's journey? Did you look at the notes? You're not supposed to look at the notes ahead of time! Dude, wrap it up. It's been like 12 hours since you started. Fine! So, the hero's journey is what people commonly refer to when they're talking about Joseph Campbell's book called The Hero with a Thousand Faces. And it's an incredibly flexible framework that describes the structure of good character arcs in stories. It basically has 3 phases to the hero's journey. The hero sets out on their journey, the hero struggles through many obstacles, and finally the hero returns home, having evolved in some way, or maybe having remained the same despite the journey. Hey man, I've changed. So in this framework, the character starts in what Campbell calls the ordinary world. All we're doing here is describing the current circumstances of the world our hero is living in, and they're probably less than ideal. I hear that. That's good. That's good! And then there's a call to adventure where something happens in the story that forces the hero to start changing. Hey! Kind of like when you called me over here for this meeting, right? Right! Kind of like that! But the hero is sometimes reluctant or flat out refuses that call to adventure. Hey! Kind of like how I didn't want to be here at the beginning, right? Yes! Also kind of like that! And then the hero meets what Campbell calls the mentor. Hey, kind of like what I... Yes! This! Teach yourself the importance of storytelling in the video format. Wait. Does that mean I'm the hero? Hey! Am I the hero in this? Where was it? Oh yeah. Meets the mentor. Good. Hero gets guidance from the mentor, crosses the threshold, the hero is committed to the task, faces challenges and great danger. Hero takes possession of the thing he was after, has to deal with the consequences of their actions. Final test. Return with the elixir. The triumphant hero returns to the ordinary world bearing the elixir. Common elixirs are treasure, love, freedom, wisdom, or knowledge. Knowledge! Hey, says here I'm the hero. Yeah, I'm the hero.